Hey everyone, it's Corey, and I'm just here chilling out after a long day at work, and I just wanted to bring this video to you. I've been thinking about this idea for a while now, the whole concept of like gear and like using the stuff that you have, the camera that you have, and I just wanted to share a couple thoughts with you. Hopefully you find them helpful, or at least interesting. Recently, I've kind of been on the hamster wheel of like, do I need a new camera? I'd love to have a new camera for this, and this, you know, it'd be a great hybrid camera. And to be honest, I have a lot of cameras that kind of do what I need them to do. But, you know, I'm a man who enjoys gear, cameras, lights, all that stuff. And so I've been doing some research over the last couple months, and I finally got to this point where I was like almost ready to buy a camera. And then I stopped myself and I was like, do I really need this camera? Like, how can I justify to myself buying this new camera when all the things I'm doing right now, I have all the equipment that I need? And then playing devil's advocate even more to myself, I was just like, and do I utilize the stuff that I have to its fullest potential? And that question really got me thinking, because so much of the video creator filmmaking space on YouTube revolves around this idea of like, does gear matter? The camera that you have, does gear not matter? All that stuff. And while, you know, that's kind of a whole different issue, we live in this environment where we're just, you know, primed and pumped to buy the newest piece of equipment, whether it's like lights or cameras or lenses and all that stuff. And so much of the time we can just get lost in that whirlpool of ideas that we don't ever really stop to think about, like, am I utilizing the stuff that I have to its fullest potential? Yeah, like, does gear matter? Yeah, I think it does, like, to a certain extent. But for 95% of the things that I think people want to do, there's a way to do it with the gear that you have. And if you're watching this, you know, you're probably a filmmaker, a hopeful filmmaker, you know, maybe a YouTuber, content creator, but you probably have some sort of interest in doing stuff with video, and you probably have some piece of equipment, you know, maybe one or two lights, maybe a camera, maybe a older mirrorless camera, maybe you're just using your phone, rocking that, but chances are you have equipment. And how often do we find ourselves daydreaming or hoping that, man, if I just had this, and this, I could finally do the thing that I wanted to do, rather than thinking, how can I optimize my phone, or how can I optimize this old DSLR, or like the 60-watt light with a softbox? Like, how can I optimize that stuff to make the best thing that I want to make? We don't think through that lens. In my whole process of thinking, man, I need to buy a new camera, just really taking a step back and thinking, like, I don't use the stuff that I have to its fullest potential. Why do I need to buy another camera? Like, I'll have way too many cameras. And so this idea of utilizing the camera, the gear that we have, and making the most out of it, I think is such a huge thing. The camera that I'm filming on right now, the camera that I have shot a lot of things that I'm most proud of, it's like a 7-year-old going on 8-year-old camera, and it's incredible. Like, it can do all the things I need it to do, and honestly, I've maybe only tapped into like 50-60% of what it can do, like the different modes it can shoot with, all this different stuff. Haven't tried a number of lenses I'd want to use on it. So there's a lot of untapped potential, and how much of that is like with all of our gear? Oh, I have this one light here that I'm using for this video. It's like, have I used it in this configuration or tried this and see what it looks like? And I think so much of the time we sell ourselves short, we sell our gear short, because we just see all the new videos for the newest, latest and greatest. Like, look at this light, look at this piece of gear that's gonna make your life so much easier. And it might make your life easier, but using the stuff that we have currently, like, we can still bring our creative visions to life. After all of this processing and debating with myself internally, I was like, well, maybe I don't need this new camera. Maybe I just need to embrace the things that I have and really try to push myself to utilize them to their full potential. Because I keep coming back to that question, can I justify a new camera? Can I justify a new piece of gear if I'm not using the stuff that I have to its fullest potential? And please don't hear me making this video and saying like, I don't think you should ever buy gear, or you should never buy new cameras or lenses. You know, like I said, like I enjoy gear. I enjoy a new camera, a new lens. You know, I talk about cameras and gear on this channel sometimes because I'm trying to recommend stuff that I think would be helpful for all of you doing filmmaking. But when that becomes our sole focus and we lose sight of the craft and the heart of telling a good story and utilizing the things that we have, I think we really miss the mark on what it means to be a creative and a filmmaker. This is my challenge to you. Take the gear that you have, whether it be, you know, your phone, an old DSLR, that pseudo new mirrorless camera that you bought like 2 to 3 years ago, that, you know, the Mark II version is out now. Take that RGB tube light that you got on a great Black Friday deal. Take those things and go out and make something. Because I know that's what I'm gonna do right now, because I'm going to prove to myself that maybe I don't need the newest, latest, and greatest camera, and I just need a little bit of time to think creatively and use the stuff I have. Use it to its full potential. So I hope you found this video helpful. I'd love to hear down in the comments your thoughts on this topic, utilizing what you have, making the most of it. And until next time, keep making movies and watching movies, and I'll see you on Reel Filmmaking.